So I want to address this type of very sneaky type of comment that somebody left for me, which is a good jumping off point for a video. He couched the comment in, I'm just trying to help you. You can block me if you want, but for your own good, you could learn something from what I'm saying. These are all the things that are wrong with you. This is why you're a loser, and nobody likes women like you. Just trying to be helpful here. I'm like, why did this guy get to me? Okay, this guy is not blocked, so he's probably seeing this video. And I don't mind telling you that I got pissed off and sharing my experience with it, because that's what I do on this channel. So I was just about to go to the gym, and I was like, that was kind of a sneaky comment. So I looked at my drama diagram, my drama triangle, and this guy was what we call a persecutor or a bully. I'm not saying he's always that way, but his comment was, and I mean, there are times in my life I've been a persecutor. This is the persecutor mindset. And you can spin into that several times throughout the day, but some people are permanently a persecutor. The persecutor says, this is your fault. You're not okay, but I am. So do what I tell you. The persecutor is critical. He or she puts other people down, blames and finger points, is driven by anger or resentment, is bossy and dominating. Now, if you're in a relationship with someone who goes into that mode, you go into boundaries and you go into listening and all that, because people in the course of their relationship, they can be a victim, they can be a doormat, or they can be a persecutor. But in this case, this is a complete stranger who's probably like just going through life being a bully. And I've known people like this. And this is also a thing that can come up with some people just like to be that way. They like to tell you what's wrong with you because they are convinced it's for your own good. I gotta tell you what's wrong with you for your own good. You gotta know this stuff because I know what's right. I see the truth. I gotta tell you. I can't help it. I gotta let you know that you're so wrong and you could change if you just did what I said. That's the persecutor. That's the bully. And it can come out in kind of like sneaky ways. I met this gal at a ladies group event. It was like a women's safe sexuality sharing type of event. And I met a lady there that I thought would be fun to go out with. And every time we went out, she kept telling me things I should improve in myself. And after like 3 or 4 comments, I'm like, why do you keep telling me what's wrong with me? And she said, that's what friends do. That's how we help each other be better people. We tell each other how we can improve. And I guess that's what she did in our marriage. But I wasn't looking for that kind of friendship. I'm used to friendships where we enjoy each other's company. And when I'm not trying to change you, I may tell you I have a preference for something or other, but I don't go around trying to tell you what's wrong with you. So we had to end our friendship. And a couple years later, she was divorced and drinking a lot and going to therapy and trying to find her own way. I also had a client years ago who every time he came over, he would tell me, he watched my videos, and he would tell me what I could do better for my dating. And he would tell me, this was back when I had my escort business, he would tell me that I should that I needed to stop being an escort if I wanted to date, that men wouldn't want to date an escort because men want a woman all to themselves, and he's just trying to help me for my own good. He's just trying to be helpful. And I started feeling like very criticized. I'm like, well, I'm trying to be open-minded and listen to him, but I'm also thinking, this isn't helpful at all. I think he really thought he was being helpful. He wasn't trying to be rude to me. He really thought that his way of contributing to people was telling them what was wrong with them and what they could do better, what he saw. And, you know, working with my therapist and being around other people who just like me the way I am is a complete contrast to that. Because even my therapist will check in with me. She'll be like, it sounds like this, but what do you think? And she gives me agency to be like, that kind of resonates. No, that doesn't really resonate. And she'll be like, thank you for telling me, because even she as the therapist doesn't always know what is the underlying thing. And so she's checking in, and it could be this, or it could be that, or, you know, you felt powerless? Does that ring true? Or you felt helpless? Does that ring true? So there's an agency involved in a healthy relationship. There's agency involved. There are boundaries, there's respect, there's checking in, and there's allowing the other person to have their own needs, desires, agencies, and feelings about it, rather than, I know what you are, I know what you're thinking, I know what you need, let me tell you what's wrong with you. That's very toxic, actually. It's very unhealthy. If you find yourself being treated like that, just realize it's not healthy. You don't have to allow it. And if you're the one doing that to people, why? You know, ideally, in a healthy dynamic, we take responsibility and accountability for ourselves. I can make a request of you, and if you don't honor it, I can choose whether or not I want to be friends with you. But when I remove my own agency just to take care of you, which is called simping. Simping is more the opposite of, it's more like being like a rescuer, a simp. So this guy that left that comment was a bully, a persecutor. I sometimes make videos about simps. A simp isn't someone who is kind and empathetic. A simp is someone who's the opposite of the persecutor. The persecutor says, this is what's wrong with you, do what I say. And a rescuer says, I don't know who I am, I have no meaning, I am going to completely abandon my own needs, my own desires, and my own agency to get your approval. My only worth comes through your approval of me. I have no needs, I have no wants, I have no feelings. I am just needy for your attention, your approval, and I will abandon all of my own needs in order to get your approval and do whatever you want. So both of these have no accountability, and neither does the victim. The victim is like, poor me. I'm just getting beat up on here. So living a powerful life is about agency and independence and autonomy. Like I have my own agency, and I respect you to have your agency. I'm responsible for myself, and you're responsible for yourself. And we can communicate about our boundaries and about our preferences, but I don't make you responsible for me, and I don't let you bully me either, if that makes sense. So and so here's the thing, I was trying to be okay with, one of the things I'm working on is my own boundaries, like not putting up with. And so when people leave a comment, I want to be open, I want to be receptive, I don't want to be walled off, because I hate people who are walled off, and I don't want to be walled off. So, but I'm going to just do a better job of recognizing when someone's being a bully. And if it feels like a bully, I'm just going to block them right away instead of thinking, oh, I should be strong enough to be able to handle this comment. And a lot of people have different ways of handling their comments on social media. Some people instantly block, and that's probably the best thing to do. I just got another person blocked me on Twitter, this trans woman, because she said, is it easier to be a man or a woman? I said, it's easier to be a woman. And she said, why? And I answered, and she blocked me because she's trying to be a man, and she didn't like what I said. And that's fine. You know, she didn't have to like it. So I think that's the best way. Other times, people don't even read the comments, and that's also a very healthy way. Don't even read the comments. In my case, I want to interact with the subscribers. I didn't used to for years. Maybe in the future I won't, but right now I want to interact with subscribers. So I read all the comments, and then the question is what to do with the comments. I watch people who do YouTube live streams, and they get nasty comments. And you know what they have to do? They have to laugh it off. And laughing it off is a defense mechanism, in my opinion, because how could you not let a critical comment bother you or never be bothered by it? Some people say, I'm too busy working to feel anything. I don't have time to be bogged down by my feelings. But I'm not a person who wants to avoid things like that. So I'm like, legitimately, was this comment even respectful? And I think the best thing to do is to just not judge myself for not liking the comment, not judge myself for, and that's one of the things I'm working on. And you guys might be able to relate. Someone might do something nasty. Someone might do something nasty or that I don't like. And instead of thinking that's unacceptable and that's not okay, I judge myself and I think, I got to figure out how to be okay with this. I got to figure out how to deal with this. And I think that's a lot of what I've done at times in my life. So I think there's always this healthy balance between being walled off and being, you know, open and receptive and growing. But for sure, I will say this for sure. Even my therapist, who is paid to help me and who challenges me, does so with grace and with love, without anger or resentment. And if something feels like there's anger coming at me or resentment or criticism, I'm just going to block it. There's no need for anybody in the comments to analyze me or at all. I don't want to be analyzed. It's not respectful to analyze people without permission. My therapist can analyze me because I gave her permission. Nobody else even analyzes me. My kids don't analyze me and my friends don't analyze me. They don't. I think analyzing people is a boundary violation and it's disrespectful. It's a lack of boundaries on the person doing the analyzing because you're not my therapist and you didn't ask for permission and you don't even know me. So really on my YouTube videos, I think they're good for entertainment. Take what you want, leave the rest, leave some comments to add to a discussion, but I don't want to be analyzed. I don't want to be analyzed or criticized. There's no need to criticize me. Nobody in my life is criticizing me. And people on the internet who do it are projecting their anger that they have onto some unknown person who's safe. They can just vomit on me because they don't dare vomit on themselves or their own rejected parts or people around them because they're cowards. If you're that angry at women, get over it. Get a therapist. Don't bring your woman anger here. I dealt my whole life with a brother who was angry at women. I stopped talking to my brother. So he's blocked. And so will be anybody else who's angry at women. I'm not angry at men, so don't be angry at me. I'm angry at losers. And there's a lot of riffraff out there. So that's what I think. If there's a bully, we don't have to interact with bullies. We don't have to be rescuers, and we're not victims. And this is me making a video. I'm not a victim either. I get to choose how I run my channel. I get to choose what the rules are, and I get to choose how I respond. And I get to choose who I block, and I get to choose who I engage with. And the way that I can tell whether my choices are working or not is by the quality of the people that are left. The quality of the people that are left that are not blocked. And the more I block people, the better is the quality. Like, I feel like the quality of the subscribers keeps like, more quality people keep coming in. More and more quality people are coming in. And I think that's because the low quality people are blocked, and I'm interacting with people more. And I like that. One of the fun things on the YouTube videos, I love reading comments on other people's videos. When I watch videos, I love reading the comments. I think social media is really good for that, where people can just leave interesting comments, you know? Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I'm going to leave the drama triangle for you guys.